Hi, welcome to Hymn Stories. My name is David. Today we're going to be going over When I Survey the Wondrous Cross, written by Isaac Watts. There's a couple different composers, so I'll get to that in a moment. But first written in 1701, so about 300 years ago. And hymns really cannot be mentioned without having Isaac Watts show up in the history and really talking about him as a figure. Because of that, I'll try to keep his history brief because he really deserves his own video. And he's had a lot of contributions to hymns and the way that modern Christian music kind of has become what it is, or at least what it was for a while. And he's a huge influence. So I'm going to try to focus more on this specific one and maybe do a video of him later. But Isaac Watts was born in England in 1674. He was not happy with the state of contemporary music at the time. It was almost exclusively taken from the Psalms, so it was just all Old Testament, and pretty much just let's take the words of the Psalms and let's just kind of make them work for our music today. And Watts sought to incorporate New Testament language and truths to his hymns. And one of those hymns that did that, and is very appropriate for Easter time right now, is When I Survey the Wondrous Cross. It was originally written actually as a communion hymn. So when believers would get together, take the Lord's table, it was supposed to focus on the union we have with Christ because of his sacrificial death, his body that was broken for us. But this hymn is really extended, and it's become a favorite resurrection hymn, reminding us about the meaning of Christ's death. And today is Good Friday as I do this video. So April 7th today. And I thought it was an appropriate time to do this video to talk about it. And the third verse especially is very poignant with the lines, see from his head, his hands, his feet, sorrow and love flow mingled down. Did ever such love and sorrow meet, or thorns compose so rich a crown? And really, with that phrase, he does a masterful job of describing how God, the King, is now a man who's suffering on a cross, and it's because he loves us, but he's sorrowful because of the dealing with sin and the dealing with all these other things. And he just does a wonderful job of capturing all of that in just a couple simple lines. And today I'm going to be doing 5 verses of the song. There's an added verse that's not commonly found in the hymnals. Some people say that Isaac Watts omitted the verse. Some people blame the evangelist George Whitefield for taking it out. But I've included it in the music part, and I'll include it with the lyrics like I usually do. But there are 2 main music compositions for this part. So our UK brothers and sisters in Christ sing When I Survey the Wondrous Cross to a tune called Rockingham, set by Edward Miller. Okay, so actually even the BBC, from what I've understood, actually uses that tune. So it sounds very different from the tune that we sang on this side of the pond, which is Lowell Mason's Hamburg tune, which actually came out in 1859. So the version of the song that we Americans sing is relatively new compared to how old the song is. So we've had that for about 150 years, but that tune didn't come out to the song was 150 years. The lyrics were 150 years old already. Now this is one of my personal favorite hymns for Easter to sing around Resurrection Sunday. I love the depth of the words. I love the beauty of our American tune, just how simple it is. And it allows us to focus on the words with that. And again, I think that Watts does a really great job of capturing all the elements from kind of the first initial impact of seeing Christ on the cross and what he's doing to the final application of what are we supposed to do from here now that we've seen this. And a simple verse that fits this so well, 1 John 3:16. Yes, 1 John 3:16. This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters. We come to know Jesus through the cross, yet he doesn't ask a price for us. Salvation is free to us, but he does want us to love him. And that entails living for him, living like him, and evidencing that with our lives and our actions. So this Easter, let's remember that truth and remember hymn stories are his stories. Now we're going to go ahead and do When I Survey the Wondrous Cross, key of C, all 5 verses. So sing along, share your favorite line from the hymn here today, and let me know what you think of this song. When I survey the wondrous cross on which the Prince of Glory died, my richest gain I count but loss, and pour contempt on all my pride. Forbid it, Lord, that I should boast, save in the death of Christ my God. All the vain things that charm me most, I sacrifice them to his blood. See from his head, his hands, his feet, sorrow and love flow mingled down. Did e'er such love and sorrow meet, or thorns compose so rich a crown? Here's that 4th optional verse. His dying crimson like a robe spreads o'er his body on the tree. Then I am dead to all the globe, and all the globe is dead to me. Were the whole realm of nature mine, that were a present far too small. Love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all. Thank you for listening to this video. If you're celebrating Easter this weekend, I hope it is a wonderful one for you, recognizing what Jesus did for us on the cross when we survey the wondrous cross. If you like this video, learn something from it, like it, share it, subscribe on YouTube, helps us make more of these videos. And remember, hymn stories are his stories. Have a happy Easter.